Here we go. We're back at it again. Welcome into the 49ers Report. My name is Chase Sr., and we're talking Niners every single day here on this show, and we're so glad that all of you are hanging out here with us. Coming up, Brandon Aiyuk trade buzz is back, and it's coming from Brandon Aiyuk himself. Again, first, a programming reminder, in case you missed it a little bit earlier, talked about the potential possibilities around a Jalen Ramsey trade, why it makes sense, why he could fit what the Niners are trying to do. Niners have the second most cap space in the NFL. He has familiarity with Robert Saleh and Gus Bradley, two coaches on this staff. Niners are a little bit thin at that corner spot, and according to Adam Schefter, Ramsey wants to play on the West Coast. Be sure to check that video out, and while you're at it, subscribe for Elite Niners coverage. Our goal for the month of June is to pick up more subscribers this month than we did last month. And we're closing in on that number here on June 23rd, a week to go in the month about. 938 people hit that sub button last month. So far here in the month of June, 700 new subscribers. We got to beat that number, and with this video, shoot, if we get enough people to do that and lock us in, we can accomplish that goal. So let's just revisit what has happened with Brandon Aiyuk over time. And he's been so noisy on social media, we're not even going to be able to cover it all because some of these things have just escaped my mind. But some of the highlights here, some of the noteworthy developments that have taken place on social media caused by Brandon Aiyuk. And a lot of people will say in the comment section, Chase, why do you keep talking about these trade rumors? I don't know, because Aiyuk keeps stirring up drama and controversy, and he's sparking these conversations to take place. And you know what my job is? To talk about the Niners every single day. And what he's done has been newsworthy, like tweeting directly at Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin when he was looking for a contract extension last offseason, when he said he wants to play with Jayden Daniels if he couldn't play with Brock Purdy and land that long-term deal. When he told Jayden Daniels on social media, on FaceTime, which then went on TikTok, that the Niners didn't want him any longer. When he posted clips of Jayden Daniels at minicamp or training camp, some type of practice clip that Aiyuk posted because clearly he was watching tape of his former Arizona State teammate on the practice field. There have been multiple posts on social media, whether it be a tweet or an Instagram story or an Instagram post, that has fueled some of this trade speculation. And after he got $30 million per year and $76 million in guaranteed money from the Niners, an organization that developed him year over year into one of the top wide receivers in the game, which culminated in him becoming an all-pro, he was still unhappy with the Niners organization. And then had that situation with Kyle Shanahan on the practice field where you're supposed to wear a red jersey and black shorts. Aiyuk came in all red. He got chastised by Kyle Shanahan, didn't like that. He pouted and got undressed on the practice field. Those are just some of the things that have happened with Aiyuk over time. But the Niners have also said some interesting things. The Niners have also done some interesting things. There is no question that around this time last year, before Aiyuk signed that deal, the Niners were looking into the possibility of trading B.A. The Pittsburgh Steelers were being mentioned. The New England Patriots were being talked about. The Cleveland Browns were being discussed. Aiyuk himself turned down a trade to New England, even though the Patriots, in desperate need for a number one wide receiver to give at that time, their rookie quarterback Drake May, a number one wide receiver, they were willing to give him more money than the Niners. But Aiyuk didn't want to go there. He turned it down. Yet he signed with the Niners, and he still continues to be unhappy. At the NFL Combine, back a couple of months ago, I asked the question to John Lynch, are you guys looking to trade Brandon Aiyuk? Because that report came out this week from Diana Rossini. He didn't say definitively, no, we're not going to trade Brandon Aiyuk. He said, you know what? A lot of teams have been interested in our players over time. That's what happens when you have a good team. And our goal is to reset the salary cap, get younger, free up some cash, and he did not rule out an Aiyuk trade. I thought that was very interesting. One of the key moments of this offseason. Then a couple of weeks ago, Aiyuk posted the Terrell Owens workout in his driveway photo on his Instagram story. And so at that point, it seemed as though Aiyuk was unhappy again, making it be known again. So he talked about the possibility of an Aiyuk for Terry McLaurin trade. And I gave you 10 reasons for why I think it makes sense. Aiyuk has been unhappy since the Super Bowl in 2023. The day after, he had people close to him saying BA's playing for the Raiders. Are you kidding me? Terry McLaurin wants a new deal with the Commanders. Hasn't gotten it. He's unhappy with Washington. Aiyuk is best friends with Jaden Daniels. They played with one another at Arizona State. Aiyuk is still close with Deebo Samuel, who got traded to Washington earlier this offseason. Adam Peters is now the GM for the Commanders. He helped draft Brandon Aiyuk. Jaden Daniels was at Brandon Aiyuk's wedding. Brock Purdy, Aiyuk's quarterback, was not. So if San Francisco could sign Terry McLaurin, there's also a possibility it could come for cheaper than what the Niners are paying Aiyuk right now, because McLaurin's deal is outdated from when he signed that deal. He deserves a pay grade, but is he going to make 30 plus? We'll see. Also in the wide receiver room for the Niners, they need some insurance at that wide receiver position. Ricky Pearsall hurt again. Jawan Jennings is going to be an unrestricted free agent after this year. And trading away Aiyuk would get the Niners out from underneath the Aiyuk contract, which they seem to regret. Which brings us to this. Brandon Aiyuk has his own YouTube channel. I've watched a couple of the videos. He currently is closing in on 7,000 subscribers. You see the username, and then the handle is at StickTalk11. That has to do with running routes. He has 22 videos up on the YouTube platform. A lot of them are of cars. He has become a very big car enthusiast, having cars remodeled, getting new cars, just enhancing the models that he purchases, or just putting out videos of him buying new cars. He's also into some ice. He's got some nice chains and jewelry. And if you don't believe it's Brandon Aiyuk, this is his platform. This is his YouTube channel. You can see him in all of these videos. And then he put up this post a little while ago. He said, red is my favorite color. He's drinking red wine, showing off the grill. And then he's been posting some of these posts, which are like tweets, but on YouTube. And it's funny that he's been going about it this way, because on Instagram and on Twitter, you see the posts. They are clearly public. On YouTube, you really have to go searching for them because it's a video platform. You don't really see posts unless you're subscribed to his channel or you go to search it and you go out of your way to do that. And so he's posted a couple of things here. You see the timestamp over the last month or so that are pretty interesting. So let's react to it. One of them, remember that shit you said? We have no idea who and what Brandon Aiyuk is talking about. But does it have to do with his relationship with the 49ers, the front office, and the organization? That's what it hints toward. Here's another one. This shit's so personal, I'm the only one that knows. Smoke. If he's talking about a situation between him and the Niners, yeah, some of this stuff has not become public knowledge. Some of it has. But if he's talking about his dealings with this organization, yeah, in a lot of instances, with a lot of these situations, he is the only one who knows. There was this one from 3 weeks ago. They want to play cool now. Sad and laughing emojis. Nah, F no. I want that smoke still. Remember when John Lynch was on the radio a couple of weeks ago and on the Pat McAfee show, and he was saying, we love Brandon Aiyuk. We want him to be a part of our organization. We paid him for a reason. We see a future in vision with Brandon Aiyuk. Is that the Niners playing cool and Brandon Aiyuk calling the organization out for that? Remember around this time, the Niners were on the field for OTAs and minicamp? There's this one where he said, I'm trying to play corner for real. Brandon Aiyuk now wants to play cornerback? Some of these posts really confused me over time because when Aiyuk was coming up as a young player, he didn't say like odd, crazy, out-of-pocket things. But really over the last year and a half since he's been looking for this contract, he's gone out of his way to say some weird, odd things that make you scratch your head. There's this one. They was talking about trading me while I was off Percocets and muscle relaxers and peeing in a cup by my bed. Couldn't walk for 10 weeks. Ain't nobody trading for me. He said this today. This is today on this Monday, June 23rd. And this here, we know for sure he's talking about the San Francisco 49ers. This is a shot and a message at the 49ers organization. Again, they were talking about trading me while I was off Percocets and muscle relaxers, peeing in a cup by my bed. That has to do with after the knee surgery, when he's on the pain-killing medication. And he was not mobile because of the knee injury, in which he tore 3 ligaments, a full knee reconstruction. And so here he's talking about the Niners potentially looking to trade him. And he seems to have taken this personal because, look, from his standpoint, I gave my heart and soul to this team. I bled for this team. I produced for this team. I signed a contract which signed me up to a long-term commitment with this team. I hurt my knee, and now they're talking about trading me. Now, I think that's exaggerated a little bit. Aiyuk didn't handle the contract negotiations well at all. He made it messy himself. He's to blame for that. It's also interesting that he's saying, nobody's trading for me when I'm dealing with the knee injury that I'm dealing with. Some laughing emojis and a skull emoji there. What I just don't understand is that Aiyuk was an All-Pro in 2023. He was a big reason the Niners made it to the Super Bowl. Remember the immaculate reception off the face mask? That play in the NFC Championship game was huge. There was the PI on the DB, but Aiyuk, who got grabbed on that play, not allowing him to get to that Brock Purdy ball, made a wonderful adjustment after that ball bounced off that Lions DB's face mask. He reeled that ball in. Without that play, which really changed momentum, do the Niners come back and erase that 17-point deficit? They might not have. Aiyuk that year, a second-team All-Pro player. A big reason why they made it to the Super Bowl and won the NFC. Aiyuk has become an accomplished player with this Niners organization, partially because of Kyle Shanahan. He has a great rapport with Brock Purdy. I need to know that after Aiyuk got $30 million per year, $76 million in guaranteed money, why he is so unhappy. What happened for him to be so unhappy? And he even said it on that post on YouTube, right? The written out post. I'm the only one that knows about some of this stuff. Well, Brandon, if you're going to go out and you're going to say these types of things, you might as well just give us the full details, because that would be a lot of fun to talk about. But Brandon Aiyuk trade rumors are back because of the man himself fueling some of this speculation. Don't get mad at me for talking about it. Don't shoot the messenger. Aiyuk's the one who's causing all of this. Niners 4th of July shirts are available. If you love America and you love the Niners, 4th of July is coming up. No better way to represent America and the Niners than with this shirt. Available now, on sale, thanks to our friends at Fanatics at chatsports.com/49ers4th. I will put that link down below in the show notes and attached to the pinned comment of today's 49ers report. It'll take it to Fanatics, and they will know that we sent you. If you want to give me a follow on X and Instagram, I'm always talking Niners over there as well. It's at Chase_Senior.